Hello knitters, Fabian from Strand Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And today I have a couple classes and I'm going to talk about Halloween a little bit, so stay tuned. What's on my needles, because I've got several things on my needles. The blanket class, which we do every year, and we're down to our last four. For the one that started in January, we're down to our last 4 blocks. And the last block I had for several years started from the center of the square out. And it was just too hard. Nobody wanted it. It was hard. There were people who got it done, but there are some people like, I can't even get this done because it's just a whole different thing. So I retired that. We called that the PhD block. We're not going to get PhDs anymore. You're just going to get masters. So I retired that block because I don't want you guys ending up frustrated with your last block. That's silly. And so I've got a new block on my needles that's got cables, and it just knits and purls and cables. I'll show you when I get this done, but it's really pretty. I'll show you a picture. I'll put a picture up here what it would look like. But this would also make a beautiful baby's blanket. Beautiful baby blanket. And you just would do like 3 blocks in a row, like just repeat this 3 times. So it'd be like that wide, and you'd end up with 3 circle cables. And then yeah, you just knit that up. So, but this would be a beautiful baby blanket. Just really pretty. So that's what's on my needles. That's what I'm working on, and I'm still working on this. I haven't really touched this since last week because I've been busy. This is for my vacation knitting. During vacation, I'll get this knitted up. So this is the Lena scarf, and it's a pretty simple scarf, and I talked about how you use your markers to code what you do with these spots, so you don't have to guess if you're adding a stitch or taking away stitches. And yeah, so it's a pretty easy pattern once you get it going. And that's for my vacation, which is next week. It's only a week. I'm staying in California, so no big vacation, just a week off and some time with family. So, all right, the next class coming up is the butterfly shawl, which I talked about last week, which is this gorgeous thing. Let's see if I can show you the right side of it this time instead of the wrong side. Yeah, there we go. There's the right side. So this is the butterfly shawl. It is more of an intermediate plus kind of shawl. It's just got short rows, but these are relatively easy short rows once you know how to work the markers. And because you don't have to do any picking up, you do the wrap and turn, but you don't have to come back and pick it up because it's in garter. In fact, I actually think if it's in garter, you almost don't even need to do short rows. Wrap and turn, no German short rows, that's too involved for this. And because usually with garter, you don't even need to do that. But you just do this one thing, but you don't, which is the easy part, where you just do the wrap and turn, but you don't have to pick up that stitch later on when you cross it. So this is nothing as far as the actual making of the short row. It's all about tracking where you at. That's it. This isn't that hard. It's all knitting. If you can track it, as long as you can figure out how to track it, which I figured out. Matter of fact, I had to start it again. I thought I brought it with me. I have a little bit of it done because it's been, I think, probably 10 years or 8 years since I knit this. So I'm like, I better knit this and figure out what I'm doing before I go around teaching it. So yeah, so it's just tracking, and you just use markers to help you track it. And I don't use the markers the way she did because I didn't understand how you track it that way. So you're moving markers and adding markers and moving markers in each little section. But it's really repetitive after you sort of get it going. It's sort of like the pressed flower shawl over here. It's like, once you get it going and you understand what you're doing, it's really fun. It's really, really fun. And the good part of this is you start up here. So like I have that much knitted up right now, where that blue is. That's what I have knitted up. So you start right here. So if you screw up, you're just taking out a little bit. You know what I mean? You're not like having to take out a whole bunch of stitches. So you start right here. I think you cast on 5. You get this section done, And yeah, so it is doable, and it is really, really fun. It's such a fun knit. You just have to get it down. But as I said, you're starting where there's hardly any stitches, so it's easy to go, okay, now take it out, do it again. And you may have to do that 3 times. It's so common to do a restart a project that has any kind of something different in it 3 or 4 times. That's normal. I do it. Almost everybody has to do it, because the first time you do it, you're sort of getting it. Okay, that's not quite right. Next time you're a little bit more getting, then a little bit more getting. Now, okay, now I got it, and now I can go. You know. So, but this is easy taking out because it just isn't that much. So, and a lot of that we'll do in class, because literally you start right away with short rows. Immediately you're into short rows. So during class, I'll probably get you at least to this point right here. And then once you're to that point, you probably can pretty much do it, because you'll understand what you need to do with the markers. And the pattern is extremely well written. I mean, it's extremely well written, so it's not that hard to follow it. And yeah, so butterfly shawl. So we are using the Earth Yarns, which is in the pattern, the sample pattern shawl that you see on the pattern used Earth Yarns. So there'll be a lot of those. If you go and look at everybody's project, after you go into the project, if you put Unique or Earth Yarn or something like that, you'll see them all. There's tons of them. People use other things too, but there's tons of the Earth Yarn because it just stripes so beautifully. So this is Earth Yarn. And so we have, I'm just going to show you a couple things because I showed you some last time. So we have like this one, which is just like this. I would love to do this. I would do this in a second because man, that goes with everything. Then if you didn't want it that dark, you also could do this, which would go with anything. So this same color. So you'll need 2 of the colored one and 1 of the solid one. And then another one we have, these are my colors. I'm sorry. These are all my colors. Is this one. And then you could do that with this. Or you could do that with this. Isn't that pretty? So there's lots of options. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different multis. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solids. So 7 different multis and 6 different solids. So you have quite a different things that you can mix and match and make it all your own. So that's the butterfly shawl, and it is September 21st from 12 to 2. September 21st, which is a Saturday, from 12 to 2. On October 6th, I'm going to do a Halloween class. I'm not really sure what there's going to be, but I just want you to mark the date if you want to do it. For sure, we'll do pumpkins. And I'll put up some pumpkins here. Pumpkins are a piece of cake. You can knit them flat and sew up the seam, or you can knit it in a circle and you just cinch it up on both sides. And then you wrap yarn around to make those sections. Super simple. Same with crochet, simple. And there's also this little crocheted ghost, which I think would be really cute. And I might find something else but these need to be fast and not really fiddly so that you can just make them up. But pumpkins are always a big deal here. We knit lots of pumpkins because they're so fast. So they're really good gifts if you need to give somebody something for Halloween, you know, like in Halloween or Thanksgiving, obviously, all the way through Thanksgiving with the pumpkins. That's a whole fall thing, right? So if you're going somewhere for Thanksgiving and you want to host a gift, give them some pumpkins. They're just beautiful. And I put up some pictures here of different ways people have used them. There's this new one that somebody stacked and put greenery between them. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And just the other colors, like the cream color, the orange color, the sort of burnt brown color, you know, having these fall colors mixed up with the pumpkins, really cute. So, so pumpkins and the little crocheted ghost, I think will for sure be on that class. And then I might put one other thing. If you have something that's small like this that you're like, this would be a good idea, like put it down in the comments below. I'm always looking. I mean, there's so much Halloween stuff, but most of it is like cowls and hats and scarves with, you know, pictures and ghosties and pumpkins and all sorts of socks, a ton of socks. Oh my God, if you're a sock knitter, knit some Halloween socks. How fun is that? And so, but there's tons of things. And I'll leave a link to Ravelry, just Halloween. If you go to Ravelry, just put in Halloween in the search bar and it all just comes up. It's amazing. But there's so much that, yeah. So anyways, that's my idea right now. And it may shift a little bit, but it will be on the 6th of October, so you have time to get anything done by Halloween, and of course plenty of time to get things done by Thanksgiving. And so we'll sort of be working in that genre when I come back, because it'll be like the last week of September into October already. And here we are, we're gonna be in the holiday season, and so we got lots of things to do. And if you have any ideas, anything Christmas, anything that you're like, this, I would love to do this, just send us an email. You can always put it down in the comments below the YouTubes, and let us know. And I'll see if something we can accomplish or not, but I would appreciate the suggestions. Okay, told you it was short. That's it for today. And I'm actually just gonna remember to say goodbye too, instead of just like stop. So that's it for today. I am gone all next week, and I'll be back on Wednesday the 18th. Wednesday, September 18th. 19th will be the first class that I'm back in, and back in the studio, and we'll be doing holidays, talking a lot about Octobers and Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, of course. And again, get your gifts started. If you haven't started gifting, do it now. It's getting closer. I know it feels like it's far away, but it isn't. Remember, knitting is a slow art, and it takes time, which is what makes it so wonderful. And so give yourself some time to complete things. But you still have time to, start a simple, raglan top-down sweater, bigger needles and stuff like that. But then, of course, any of the, pumpkins and stockings. If you're wanting to do stockings, get those going, stockings. So yeah, so get your stuff going, and I'll see you in the studio real soon. Bye.